Good morning, Gus. How's business?
Soapy.
What's that?
Litter? What happened to keep dogs clean?
Well, what's it say?
Well, there's a show coming to town, and oh, here are the rules. You read it, Horace. You need to practice.
No food or drink is allowed in the theater.
No Long Branch ranch burgers in the theater, along with any other food or drinks.
Putting your feet on the seat in front of you is not allowed.
Well, that makes sense. You never know what pasture the fella behind you might have tromped through, or what he tromped through.
All electronic devices should be powered off. What does that mean?
That means turn off anything electronic. Blow out the kerosene lamps.
Any young folk who may become restless should be taken to room 732 to watch the show.
On a moving stereopticam?
What?
Oh, you know, a magic lantern with two projectors arranged so as to produce a dissolving image or a combination view.
What?
Or it's a TV.
Well, it's time to open up.
All right, have a good day, and hey, stay clear of Betsy.
You mean stay clear of Catherine.
Enjoy the show!
Well, now friends, just lend an ear, for you're now about to hear the Ballad of Caden Shrew. It's a song with little frills, and the pioneer cowgirls are singing and telling it to you. Caden Shrew, Caden Shrew. It's a black, dark day in Dodge City, Kansas. Dodge City, Kansas, 1882. Where no one can seem to take the girl called Caden Shrew. She has the smile of an angel, bites like the devil. The eyes of an angel, bites like the devil. The face of an angel, I say she's the devil. She's mean, ambitious through and through. Caden Shrew, she's mean, ambitious through and through.
Andy, since for the greatest desire I had to see Dodge City, home of the Cowboys, I'm arrived for the protecting of justice, the pleasant plan of great Kansas, and by my government's trust and leave, armed with goodwill and your good company. My trusty deputy, well trained in all, here let us pause and perhaps institute a course of truth and law and order.
Whoa there, Marshal Will. I am all inclined as yourself. Glad that you thus continue your resolve to protect truth and justice in the West. Why? Only good Marshal, while I do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no prudes nor no stocks, I say.
Of course, Andy. Let us be advised that we at once put ourselves in readiness to take lodging fit to entertain such guests as time and Dodge shall allow.
What company is this? Marshal, some show to welcome us to town.
Take mine, Betsy, take mine. Take mine, Betsy.
Take mine, please.
Mine, Betsy.
No, take mine. Much good, better.
Gentlemen! Bother me no farther, how I am firmly resolved, you know, that is not to bestow my youngest daughter before a husbandful elder. Now, if either of you both love Catherine, leave shall you to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Horace. Would you anyway?
Oh, I beg you, ma'am, is it your will to make a stale of me among these mates?
Mates, mate? How mean you that? No mates for you unless you are simpler, milder mold.
Horace, you shall never need to fear. Oh, certainly it is not half to my heart, but if it were, doubt not my care should be to comb your noodle with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a
Oh! Such devils! Good Lord, deliver us!
And me too. Good Lord!
That went to stark battle, wonderful forward.
What another silence do I see? Make mild behavior and sobriety.
Well said, Marshal. Mama gave your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said. Betsy, let's get you in, for I do not want to displease you, good Betsy, for I will love you nevertheless, my girl. A pretty pet. It is best to put a finger in the eye, and she knew why. Sister, content you in my discontent. Mother, it's your pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Mercedes, will you be so strange? Sorry, ma, that her goodwill affects Betsy's grief.
Why will you confine her, Mercedes, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content yourselves. I am resolved. Betsy, go in. And for I know she takes the most delight in music, instruments, and poetry. Schoolmasters will I keep within my slim fit to instruct her youth. If you, Horace, or Gus, who know any such, prefer them hither, for to cunning men I'll be very kind and liberal in my own children, in good bringing up. And so, adios. Catherine! You may stay and have to talk with Betsy.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not?
What? Shall I be appointed hours? Go.
Belike I knew not what to take and what to leave.
No! You may go to the devil's den. Your gifts are so good. Here's not old you. Horace, farewell. For the love I bear my sweet Betsy, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will send him to her mother.
So will I, Gus. But a word I say. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never came to talking, know now it touches us both to labor and effect one thing specially, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress and be happy rivals in Betsy's love.
What's that?
Why, Gus, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband? A devil?
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Think, Horace. Though her mother be very rich, any man so very much a fool to be married to hell.
Ah, Gus. Though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them would take her with all faults and money enough.
I cannot tell, but I had as leave take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the post every morning.
As you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this Barnwell makes us friends, it shall be friendly maintained till by helping Mercedes' oldest daughter to a husband. We set her youngest free for a husband and then let's renew the assault. Sweet Betsy, happy man, beat his dog. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How do you say, Gus?
I'm agreed, and I would have given her the best horse in Dodge to begin her wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
Tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, idly while I stood there looking on, I found the effects of love in agonies. Andy, I'd burn, I'd pine, I'd perish, if I had not yet achieved this young monster girl.
Marshal, you looked so longingly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what is the pith of all.
I saw sweet beauty in her face.
What, saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and stir up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
It's time to stir him from his trance. I say awake, Marshal. If you love the maid, bend thoughts in which to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her sister is so cursed and shrewd that till the mother rid her hands of her, Marshal, your love must live a maid at home, and therefore has she closely confined her, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
What a cruel mother is she. But have you not heard? She took some time to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
I am, Marshal, and now it's plotted.
I have it, Andy.
But, Marshal, you will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid.
Means be done.
Not possible. For who shall bear your part in Dodge and be your Congressman Tyler's son?
Aha! Calm yourself. I see the whole plan. You shall be U.S. Marshal in my place. Keep law, order, and justice as I should. I will some other be some Texan, some Wichitahian, or meet a man in Cassidy. It's hatched and shall be so. Andy, at once, take my hat and badge.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
One thing more. Make yourself one amongst these wooers.
But why?
Let's just say my reasons are both good and weighty.
Kate hates the man in Dodge City, Kansas.
to see my friends in Dodge. All my best and approved friend, Horace. For this is his business. Here, now be knocked, I say.
Knock, Cisco? Whom should I knock? Is there a man has a bust you?
Villain, I say knock me here soundly.
Knock it here, sir. Why, sir, what am I, sir? I should knock it here, sir.
Villain, I say knock me at this gate and wrap me well, or I'll have you knocked in knave's pate.
I should knock you first, and now you come right up. Anyone help my master is ready?
Now knock when I bid you, villain.
Now! My old friend Gabby and my good friend Cisco Pete, how do y'all dodge?
Good, Horace. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate.
Knock at the gate? A dead man? Oh, heaven, spoke you not these words plain? Steady Debbie, knock me here, wrap me here, knock me round and knock me sadly, and now he's coming knocking at the gate.
Gabby, be gone or talk not. I invite you.
Oh, Cisco, patience! Gabby is your sidekick. Your ancient trusty pleasant sidekick, Gabby. And tell me now, what happy gale blows you to Dodge City from Denver?
Oh, such wind to scatter young men through the world, to seek their fortunes farther than at home. With little experience grows with us. Horace, it stands with me. Anthony, my father, is deceased. So I have thrust myself in this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Gold in my person, goods at home. And so I'm come across the plains to see the world.
Cisco, shall I then come roundly to you and wish you to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? You would think me but little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise you she shall be rich, and very rich. But you are too much, my friend, and I will not wish you to hurt her.
Horace, between such friends as we, fewer words are needed. Therefore, if you know one rich enough to be Cisco Pete's wife, his wealth is burden of my wooing dance. Be she as cursed and shrewd as Calamity Jane or worse, she moves not me, nor removes at least love's edge in me. For she is rough as none of the Kansas tornadoes. I've come to live it wealthily in Dodge City. And if not wealthily, then happily in Dodge City.
Look, Horace, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough to marry him an old trot and not a tooth in her head. Though she has as many diseases as 250 horses, nothing comes amiss when money comes with all.
Cisco, since we are stepped thus far in, and I will continue that I broached in jest, I can, Cisco, help you to a wife with wealth enough and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes as gentleman. Her only fault, and that is fault's enough, is that she is intolerable, cursed, and shrewd, and froward, so beyond all measure that were my state far worser than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Oh, Horace, Horace. Peace. You know not of gold effect. Tell me her father's name and it's enough, for I will board her, though she scream as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her name is Catherine Matthews, known in Dodge for Scolding Tongue.
I will not sleep until I see her.
Wait, Cisco! I must go with you, for in the Long Branch my treasure is. Mercedes has the jewel of my life and hope, her youngest daughter, beautiful Betsy. Wherefore this order has Mercedes given, that none shall have access to Betsy until Catherine the Cursed has got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed!
The title for a man, all titles the worst.
Now shall my Francisco do me grace and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Mercedes as a schoolmaster, proficient in music to instruct Betsy, that so I may by this device at least have leave and leisure to make love to her, and unsuspected court her by herself.
Look about you. Who goes there, huh?
Wait, Gabby, that is the rival of my love. Howdy there, Gus. Cisco, stand by a while.
Horace, do you know where I'm going? To the Long Branch. I promised to inquire carefully on a schoolmaster for Betsy, and by good fortune I have found this young man, for learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books. Good ones too, I tell you.
Well, good. And I've met a gentleman who has promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress, that so shall I no way be behind in duty to sweet Betsy, so loved by me.
So loved by me that my deed shall prove.
Gus, this is no time to express our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news equally good for you. Here's Here's a gentleman whom by chance I met. Upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to court cursed Catherine. Yes, and to marry her, if her dowry please.
So said, so done, is well. Horace, you told him all her faults?
I know she's under some brawling scolded. Gentlemen, if that be all, I hear no harm.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, a God's name. But will you woo this wild cat?
Will I live? Why, but I came here but to that intent. You think a little din can dumb my ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Roar! Have I not heard the sea puff with winds, rage like an angry boar, chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field and heaven's artillery thunder in the sky? Have I not in the pitched battle heard a loud alarm? Neighing steeds and a trumpet's clang. And do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not so half a great glow to the ears of the chestnut, the farmer's fire? Such fearful as bugs. Horace, this gentleman is happily arrived.
Gentlemen, gentlemen. If I may be bold, tell me, which is the way to the Long Branch, home of Miss Betsy Matthews?
Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of? Yes or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
No, if without more words he will get you hence.
Why, sir, are not the streets of Dodge City as free for me as for you?
Marshal, let me be so bold as to ask you, did you ever see Mercedes' daughter?
Why, no, sir, but here I do that she has two. The one, as famous for her scolding tongue, as is the other for her beauteous modesty.
Marshal, the first for me. Let her go by.
Yes, leave that labor to the great Hercules.
Sir, I shall not be slack. His sign whereof leads you. We may contrive this afternoon, and quaff sarsaparilla to our mistress's health. Strive mightily, but he can drink his strength.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
So the men all crossed in Dodge City, Kansas, plot their plans right through, that they should not take for granted the one called Kate, the Shrew. She has the smile of an angel, fights like the devil, the eyes of an angel, fights like the devil, the face of an angel. I say she's the devil. She's mean and vicious through and through. Kate the Shrew, Kate the Shrew. She's mean and vicious through and through.
Of all your suitors, tell who you love the most.
Oh, believe me, Kate, of all the men alive, I've never yet seen that special face which I can fancy more than any other.
Liar, is it not Horace?
If you want him, sister, here I swear I will plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh, then you fancy riches more. You have
Gus to keep you fed.
Is it for him you do envy me so? You jest. Now I well understand you have but jested with me all this while. If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
What hell now, Kate? Why do you do this? Poor Betsy, stand aside. She weeps. Go hide in the meltdown with her. For shame, you're hiding a devilish spirit. Why do you wrong her that never did wrong you? When did she cross you with such bitter words?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What's in my sight? Betsy, go inside.
What? Will you not suffer me? Now, listen. She is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, for your love to her lead apes in hell.
Catherine!
Talk not to me. I will sit and weep till I can find occasion of revenge.
Was it the lady that screamed as I?
3 bottles of beer on the wall, 3 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around, 3 bottles of beer on the wall.
Good morning, Mercedes.
Good morning, Gus. How are you, gentlemen?
Fine, man. Have you got a daughter called Catherine, fair and virtuous?
I have a
a daughter, sir, called Catherine.
You are too blunt. Don't do it orderly.
Well, you wrong me, Gus. Allow me to continue, ma'am. I am a gentleman of Denver. That hearing of her beauty, her wit, her affability, and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, I goal to show myself a forward guest into your saloon, to make my eyes a witness of that report which I have so often have heard, or an entrance of my entertainment. But I do present you with a man of mind, learning in music and the mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences, whereof I know she cannot ignorant, but accept of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Shaver.
You are welcome, sir. He for your sake, but for my daughter Catherine, I know this. She is not for your turn, but the more my grief.
I see that we should part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not, I speak of as I find. Where are you from? What is your name?
I hail from Denver, and they call me Cisco Pete.
No. I've heard of you. You're welcome.
Excuse me, Cisco. Let us that are poor petitioners speak too. Shake your marvelous forward.
Pardon me. I would be fain to do it.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wound. To express the like kindness myself and have been more kindly beholden to you than any, freely given unto you this young scholar that has long been studying at school. As cunning in reading, writing, and arithmetic as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Goods. Please accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Gus. You are welcome, goods, but... Pardon me, stranger! I think you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold as to know your cause of coming?
Ma'am, the boldness is my own. That being a U.S. Marshal in this city here, to make myself a suitor to your daughter. Unto Betsy, fair and virtuous. Marshal Will Tyler is my name, son of U.S. Congressman Vincent Tyler.
A mighty man of Washington by report. I know of him. You are welcome, sir. Chester!
Chester! Chester!
Chester, leave these gents to my daughters. Tell them both that these are their teachers. Tell them to use them well.
Come on.
Go walk through the hill and then to dinner.
Oh, Mercedes. My business asks haste, for every day I cannot come to Uber. I am the sole heir of all my late father's land and goods, which I have bettered rather than increased. Tell me, if I am to teach your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, 1/2 of my land and in possession, $2,000.
And for that dowry I'll assure of her widowhood. Be it that she survive me, all my lands and leases instead of her. Let therefore be deeds drawn between us.
Only when the deed is done, for that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing, for I tell you, I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. And where two raging fires do meet, they consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though a little fire grows great with that little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me. For I am rough, and I woo not like a babe.
Well, may you woo, and happy be your speed, but be armed for some unhappy words.
Ah, to the proof, as mountains are for the wind.
Hey there, friend! Why do you look so pale?
Oh, for fear. I promise you if I look pale.
What, will my daughters prove a good musician?
Iron may hold with her, but never guitars.
Why, then can you not break her to the guitar?
Why, no, for she just broke the guitar to me. I did but tell her she mistook her frets, and I bowed her hand to teach her fingering. And with the most impatient and devilish spirit, frets call you this, she says, I'll fume with them. And with that word, she struck me on the head, and threw the instrument my head made way. And I sat there, amazed for a while, as on a pillar, looking through the guitar while she did call me rascal fiddler and twinkling jack.
Well, now by the world it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than I ever did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Cisco, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
Oh, I will attend her here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she railed, why then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frowned, I'll say she looks as clear as a morning roses newly washed with dew. If she be mute, I will not speak a word, and then I'll commend her for her volubility. If she utters piercing eloquence, if she bids me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she did bid me stay by her a week. And if she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask her for her hand to be married.
I'm going!
Oh, and here she comes now, and Cisco Pete, speak. Good morning. Kate! Oh, that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
Oh, you lie, for you're called Plain Kate, Bonnie Kate, and sometimes even Kate the Curse. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Long Branch, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me. Kate of my consolation, hearing your mildness praised in every town, your virtue spoke of, and pure beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as you were moved to woo you from my wife.
Moved? Oh, good time! Let him that moved you here remove you hence! I knew it first. You were immovable.
Why? What's immovable?
A joined stool.
You've hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, me.
Oh, I will not burden you for knowing you, but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Oh, come, wasp, you are too angry.
If I am a wasp, best beware of my sting.
My remedy is then pluck it out.
Only if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours if you talk of tails, and so, farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
Oh, I swear I'll cuff you if you try that again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman.
Kate, you must not look so sour.
It's my fashion when I see a crab.
Now, am I too young for you?
Yet you are withered.
Oh, it is with care.
I care not.
Oh, now hear you, Kate. For sure you think not so.
I'll shoot if you tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you gentle. I was told you were rough, and coy, and sullen. Oh, and I find reports a very liar. For I find you pleasant and gamesome and passing courteous, but slow in speech. Oh, why did Dodge City report that Kate lives? Oh, slanderous Dodge City! Did ever Miss Lily so become a grove as Kate with her princely gait?
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It's from my mother wit.
Ah, a witty mother! Witless else her son.
Now, am I not wise?
Yes. Keep you warm.
Oh, no need for that, Catherine.
I think there is.
Aha! Marry, so I mean, sweet Kate, in thy bed, and therefore laying all this chat aside, in plain terms your mother has considered that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on, and will you? I will marry you. Now I am a husband for your turn, Kate, and whereby this light I see your beauty that makes me like you well. For you must be married to no man but me, Kate, for I am born to tame you, to bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates.
Why is this going like that?
And here comes your mother. Never make denial. I shall have Catherine to be my wife.
Now, Cisco, how are you doing with my daughter?
Oh, how it well, ma'am, how it well. It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Why, Catherine, in your dump.
Oh, do you call me your daughter? No, I promise you, you have showed a tenderly, motherly regard to wish me to wed one half lunatic, a mad ruffian, and a swearing jack that thinks with oaths to face the matter out.
Oh, now, ma'am, it is yourself and all the world that have talked of her, talked amiss of her. If she is cursed, it's her policy. For she's not froward, but modest as the dove. She's not hot, but temperate as the morn. And to conclude so well together, we've agreed that Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see you hanged on Sunday first.
She says she'll see you hanged on Sunday first. It is incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. Oh. She hung about my neck, kiss on kiss, as she vied so fast, kissing no fun of. And that in a twink, she wanted me to her love. Oh, you are novices. It is a world to believe how taming men and women are alone. A cowardly wretch can make the curses shrew. Give me your hand, Kate. I will run to Wichita to buy apparel for the wedding day. Provide the barbecue mother and invite the guests. I'll be sure that my Kate will be finally clothed.
I don't know what to say, but give me your hand. God send you joy, Cisco Pete. It is a match.
Amen, I say.
We'll be witnesses. Ma'am and wife and gents, adios. I will run to Wichita to buy apparel for the wedding day. We'll have rings and things in fine array. And kiss me, Kate. We will be married on Sunday. Now, Mercedes, on to your younger daughter. I just and your neighbor, and was Tudor first.
I am the one that loves Betsy more than words can say or your thoughts can guess.
Whippersnapper, you cannot love so deeply as I.
Old timer, your love does free.
But yours does prime. Stand back, Buckaroo, it is age that nourishes.
But youth and ladies' eyes that flourish.
Quiet, gentle, pound this strife, because indeed that was the prize.
Ma'am, listen to me. I am my father's heir and only son, if I may have your daughter.
Pardon me, if you should die before him, where's your dowry?
That's not the point. He is old, not young.
And may not young men die as well as old.
Gentlemen, on Sunday next, you know my daughter Catherine is to be married. Now on the following Sunday shall Betsy be your bride.
Oh wait, Mercedes!
You.
Adios, good Marshal. You don't scare me.
A vengeance on your drafty withered hide! Is that one of the carten?
With her wild, wild ways, and now telling the story, how she raised such Cain, the wildest gal in the West, since calamity drained. She has the smile of an angel,
Fights like the devil.
the eyes of an angel,
Fights like the devil.
the face of an angel.
I say she's the devil.
She's mean and vicious through and through. Kate the Shrew, Kate the Shrew. She's mean and vicious through and through.
Gunther, you're getting too forward. Have you forgotten the entertainment her sister Catherine welcomed you with?
This is the girl of heavenly harmony. Give me time to be with her, and when we've spent an hour in music, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Jackass, I've never read so far to know the cause of music. It was to refresh the mind of man after his studies.
Why, gentle, you do me double wrong to strive for that which rests in my choice. To cut off all strife, here, sit down, take your instrument, play the while. His lecture will be done when you have two.
You'll need his lecture when I'm in tune.
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Well, where did we leave off?
Here, man. Hicabat simos, hic est sigiri tellus, hic stetrats preami regia celsus senis.
Translate that.
Hicabat, as I told you before, simos, I'm U.S. Marshal Will Tyler. Hic est, son of Congressman Vincent Tyler of Washington. Sigillatellus, disguised to get your love. Hic steterat, and U.S. Marshal that comes according. Preami, it's my deputy Andy, assuming my job. Celsus senis, that we might fool the old coot.
Ma'am, my instrument is now in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, the treble jars.
Spit the whole man. Tune again.
Now let me see if I can translate it. Hicabat seamless, I know you not. Hic tellus, I trust you not. Hic steterat preami, take heed he hear us not. Regio, presume not success in his despair.
Ma'am, it is now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. It's the bass schoolmaster that jars. How fiery and forward our professor is. Now for my life, the polecat courts my love. Rascal, I'll watch you better yet. You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are we so formal? Well, I must wait and watch, for I be double-crossed. Our fine musician grows amorous.
Ma'am, before you touch the instrument to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with the rudiments. I'll teach you a scale of a briefer sort. Here it is tonight, barely drawn.
Why, I passed my scales long ago.
Yet, read the scale of Horace.
Scale. I am the ground of all accord. A, to plead Horace's passion. B, Betsy, take him for your husband. C, that loves with all affection. D, 1 clef, 2 notes have I. E, show pity or I die. We'll call you this a scale.
Miss Betsy, your mother wants you to leave the room and help. Miss Betsy, your mother wants you to leave the room and help dress your sister's chambers. You know it's Tom's wedding day.
Farewell, sweet teachers both, I must be gone.
I have no cause to stay.
I have cause to pry into this rascal. I think he looks as though he were in love. Yet if your thoughts, Betsy, be so humble to cast your wondering eyes on every stale, you cease that list. If once it find thee wretched, Horace will be through with you by changing.
Marshal Will! Today is the appointed day that Catherine and Cisco should be married, and yet we are not of our son-in-law. What will we say? What mockery would it be to the bridegroom and minister to consider one of my to marry? What says the marshal to the shame of ours? No shame, but mine. I must indeed be forced to give my hand against my heart unto a mad-brained rattlesnake full of venom who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool. I know his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man, he'll woo 1,000 to point the day of marriage, make barbecue, invite friends, and proclaim the day, yet never means to wed where he is wooed. I must dodge to point to poor Catherine and say, there is mad Cisco Pete's wife. If it would please him, come and marry her.
Oh, patience, Kate. And Mercedes, too. Upon my life, Cisco means well. Whatever fortune strays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise, and though he be married, yet he is honest.
But Catherine had never seen him go. Go, girl, can't blame me now, me. For such injury would vex the saint.
Much more Shrew, your patient humor.
Mercedes, news, old. Mercedes, news, old news, and such news you never heard of.
Is it old and new too? How can that be?
Why is it not news to hear Cisco's coming?
Is he come?
Why no, Mercedes.
What then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say, what is the old news?
Why? Cisco's coming in a new hat and old vest, a pair of boots that have been cattle cases, an old rusty gun taken out of the town armor, and chapless.
Chapless?
His horse hit with an old motley saddle and no stirrups.
Who comes with him?
His lackey, for all the world decked out like the horse.
Well, I'm glad he comes however he comes.
Come! Where are you, gallants? Who's at home?
Cisco!
What? And I come not well?
Not so well apparelled as I wished you were.
Where is Kate? Where is my bride? How does my soon-to-be Gents, I think you frown.
Cisco, you know today is your wedding day.
Oh, yes,
Take off these rags! It's shame to your state and eyesore to our solemn festival!
but I have come to keep my word. Where is Kate? Where is my bride? I stayed too long from her. The morning wears. It's time we were at church.
Man, don't see your bride in these unreverent clothes. Go to my room and put on clothes away.
Not I. Believe me, here is how I'll visit her.
But this is not how you will marry her.
It is me she's married to, not into my clothes. But what a fool am I to stand here and chat with you, when I should bid good morning to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
Let's have her see the effect of this. While Cisco Kid takes Kate off to their wedding, Kate off to their wedding, much to our surprise, will Tyler Kate's pretty and sing for his loving bride.
Willingly as I ever came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, says you? It is a groom indeed, a grumbling groom that the girl shall find.
Cursed her than she, why that is impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Oh, she's a lamb, a dove, a very fool to him. I tell you, Marshal, when the minister should ask if Catherine should be his wife, says he, and swore so loud that all amazed, the minister let fall the book. And as he stopped again to take it up, the mad-brained bridegroom grabbed him such a cuff, whoosh, that down fell minister and book and minister. Now take them up, says he, if any desire.
What said the wench when he arose again?
Trembled and shook, for while he stamped and swore as if the minister meant to cheat him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for a whiskey. Oh, hell, says he, as if he'd been up on a roundup. Carousing to his hands, he threw the suds in the minister's face. This being done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her with such a clamorous smack that at the parting, all the church did echo. And I, seeing this for very shame, came here. And I know after me, the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Listen, I hear him coming.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you wish to dine with me today, have a great store of wedding cheer, but so it does. My haste has called me away. Therefore, I must take my leave.
Is it possible you will go away tonight?
I will go away today, before night comes. Make it no wonder if you knew of my business, you'd rather entreat me go instead. In honest company, I thank you all that give myself away to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. And dine with my in-law and drink a health to me, for I must away, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay until after dinner.
It cannot be.
Oh, let me entreat you.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me to stay, but yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Gabby, my horse!
Yes, sir, they be ready. The oaks have eaten the horses.
Oh.
Do what you will. I will not go today, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself.
Kate, do not be angry.
I won't be angry. What have you done? Kate, mother, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Ah, sir, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not the spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at your command. Obey the bride that you attend her, go to the barbecue, revel, drink, and carouse full measure to her maidenhood. Be mad or merry or go hang yourself, but for my bonny Kate, she must away with me. Look not big, nor stare, nor stamp, nor fret. I will be master of what is my own. She is my goods, my chattel, she is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything!
Ladies, that's how you're gonna get us all killed.
And here she stands now. Touch her whoever dare, I'll bring my axe on the proudest cowboy that stops my way and dodge. Gabby, whip it out!
It's always gone.
We're among thieves! Rescue your mistress if you be men. Fear not, sweet wench. I shall not let them harm you.
Ballad was ever a man so weary. And no one can understand him because he's just speaking authentic Western gibberish. My horse is tired, and Cisco is bad falling out, and the saddle's into the dirt, and thereby hate to tell.
Where is Sidekick? What, no man at the door to hold my stirrup, not to take my horse? Where is Gabby?
Here, sir! Here, sir!
You logger-headed, unpolished groom! What, no regard, no attendance, no duty? Where is the foolish lout I said before?
Here, sir! As foolish as it was before!
You Maltar Strudge! Did I not tell you to meet me in the pasture? Go, rascal, and fetch my supper! Come, Kate. Sit down and welcome. Where's my food? Food!
Here's your food! Here's your food! There you go!
You wrangle, I say. Now, sweet Kate, be happy. Off with my boots, you rogue! Scalawag! When?
Right there!
Rogue, you pluck my foot awry and take them in the plucking of the other. No, you don't! Be merry, Kate. Some water? Shall I have some water?
Get the water!
Come, Kate, wash and welcome heartily. Villain, let it fall.
Patience, it was a fault unwilling.
Beetle-headed blackbeard. Now. Come, Kate. Sit back down. I know you have a stomach. You give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I. What's this? Mutton?
Aye!
Who brought it?
Aye!
It's burned, and so is all the meat, you heedless, jolthead, unmannered hick! Yo, what do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
Cisco, be not so upset. The meat was well if you were so contented.
It was burned and dried away, and I expressly am forbidden to touch it. For it brings on choler and plants anger. It is better that we go fast. Since ourselves are choleric and feed with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow it shall be fixed, and tonight we'll fast for company. Come, I'll bring these to my chamber.
In her chamber he rails and swears and rates, as she impartial knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak, the poor head.
Now that has only begun my reign. It is my hope that successfully she ate no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. And with the meat, some undeserved fault, I'll find about the making of a bed. And here, I'll fling the pillow. And there, Buster, this way the sheets. Another way the quilt, and this. I admit that all is done in reverent care of her. And in conclusion, she shall watch all night. If she chances to nod, I'll ram the wall and let her keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad, headstrong humor. If you know a better way on how to take a shrew, then speak. It is charity to show.
Is it possible, Professor Shaver, that sweet Betsy fancies any other but me? I tell you, she bears me fair in hate.
Marshal, to prove to you what I have told you, stand by and notice the manner of his teaching.
The damn barrels again. Now, ma'am, do you profit in what you read?
What do you read? First tell me that.
I read that I profess the art to love.
And may you prove master of your art.
And you, my dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Now tell me, I said, you that dare swear that your sweet Betsy loved none in the world as well as Marshal Will.
Oh, despiteful love! Unconstant womankind, I tell you! But say, Professor Shaver, this is wonderful!
Oh, mistake no more. I am not Professor Shaver, nor a musician as I seem to be. No, Marshal, I am called Horace.
I have often heard of your love for Betsy. And since my eyes are witness of her likeness, I will with you to swear off Betsy and her love forever.
See how they kiss in court? Marshal Will, here is my hand. And here I firmly vow never to woo her more, but do swear her off as one unworthy all the former favors that I have fondly flattered her with.
And here I take the same oath, never to marry her. Oh. See how beastly she does court him?
To make sure I keep my oath, I will be married to Miss Lily in 3 days, who has long loved me, as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so, adios, Marshal. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love.
Right there. Miss Betsy, I have sworn you off, along with Horace.
Oh, Andy, you jest. But have you both sworn me off?
That we have.
Then we're rid of Professor Shaver?
In fact, he'll have a lusty saloon girl that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
Oh, may they have joy.
Oh, he'll tame her.
He says so, Andy.
Why, yes, he is going to the taming school.
The taming school? Well, there is such a place.
Yes, and Cisco Pete's the master, who teaches tricks to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue. Good
Pluck up your spirits and look cheerfully upon me. See here how it feels the time to affix your stew myself and bring it to you. I am sure this deserves thanks. Not a word? You love it not. Here, take this dish away.
Wait! Let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks. So show mine before you touch the stew again.
Thank you.
Much good it does your gentle heart. Now, my honey loving must travel back to your mother's saloon. Well, have you dined? Gabby stays here at least to deck your hip with his ruffling treasure. Come, let us see these ornaments.
Here's the head you wanted, Cisco.
This is molded on a cow skull. It's lewd and filthy. Away with it. Let me have something better.
I'll have not better. This is the time when ladies wear such hats as these.
When you are a lady, you shall have one too, and not till then.
And that will not be soon.
I trust I may have permission to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. Rather than that happen, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please, in words.
Why, what you say is true. It is a dingy hat, a tumbleweed, a rag, a buffalo chip. I love you well, and you like it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the hat, and it I will have, or I will have none.
Where shall these people command to say?
Once more toward the long branch. Oh, good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon! The sun! It is not moonlight now.
I say it's the moon that shines so bright.
I know, it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star, what I say, or else I will travel back to your mother's saloon. Go on and fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Forward, I say! Since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun, or what you please, and if you please to call it a kerosene lantern, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
How can you lie? For it is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun, but sun it is not when you say it is not. The moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, and that it is, and so it shall be for Catherine.
Cisco, you're on the way. The filly is broken.
Hey there.
Who's coming?
Hey there, cowboy. I'm Congressman Vincent Tyler, Washington, D.C. I'm back to Dodge City to visit a son of mine whom I sent out a few weeks ago.
Well, good morning. Ma'am. Tell me, Kate. Tell me truly, too, have you ever seen such a sweeter young lady? Embrace her for her beauty's sake.
Young, budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet. Happy the parents of so fair a child. Happier the man who gets you for his wife.
Oh, now, Kate. I hope you were not mad. This is a man. Old and wrinkled away, not as a maiden as you say he is.
Pardon, Congressman, my mistaking eyes have been so bedazzled by the sun. Now I see that you are a gentleman. Pardon for my mad mistake.
Forward, Congresswoman. We shall be joyful of your company.
Let's go.
First, kiss me, Kate, and we will.
What? In the middle of the road?
Are you ashamed of me?
No, Cisco, God forbid. Ashamed to kiss?
Why, then let's go home again. Turn the horses around.
No. I will give you a kiss. Now, love, say.
Is this not well? Come, sweet Kate. Better once than never, for never too late.
Our jarring notes agree, and it is time when the range war was done, that we smile at boundaries long overblown. Brother Cisco, and pure bride Catherine, and Horace with your loving wife. Chow down, and welcome to my feast. My barbecue is to close up our stomachs after our long cheer. For now, we sit to chat as well as eat.
nothing but sit and eat.
Dodge gives this hospitality, son Cisco.
Dodge is nothing but what is hospitable.
For both our sakes, I wish that were true.
Now, for my life, Horace fears his new bride.
They never trust me if I be feared.
Oh, you're very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Horace fears you.
He that is stupid thinks the world turns round.
Who roundly replied.
Lily, how do you mean that?
I conceived by him.
Conceived by me? How do you like that, Horace?
My wife says she conceives her story by you.
Huh, very well mended. Kiss him for that, Miss Lily.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I want to know what you meant by that.
Well, your husband being troubled with a shrew measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right. I mean you.
And I am mean indeed compared to you.
To her, Kate, to her, Lily! $100 my Kate puts her down.
I'll see you.
Suppose like a gentleman.
Now, sadly, son Cisco, I think you have the biggest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And to prove my point, let's each send one for his wife. He whose wife is first will win the wager which we'll propose.
Good. What's the wager?
$20.
$20? I'll venture so much on my horse or how about 20 times as much on my wife?
100 then.
Good.
Agreed. Who should begin?
I will. Chester, go tell Betsy to come to me.
Son, I'll cover half your bed if Betsy comes.
Oh, I'll have no halves. I'll cover it on myself. Huh. Where is she?
Betsy sends you word that she is busy and cannot come.
What? She's busy and she cannot come? Is that an answer?
And a kind one, too. Pray to God, Cisco, your wife sends you not a worse one.
I hope better.
Chester, go demand my wife come to me.
He demands her. Well, then she must
Well,
come.
I'm afraid, Cisco, yours won't be demanded. Where is my wife?
She says you have some tomfoolery in mind and will not come to you. She wants you to come to her.
Gabby! Gilbert! Gabby! Go to Kate and tell her I'd like to see her.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not come.
We shall see.
Cisco, did you want to see me?
Yes. Where's your sister and Horace's bride?
They sit gossiping.
We'll go and fetch them and bring them straight here.
Where's the wonder if you talk?
And so it is. I wonder what it means.
It means peace and love and a quiet life, and all things that are sweet and happy.
Now, Cisco, the wager you have won, and I'll add another $2,000, another dowry for another daughter, for she has changed as she has never been.
No. I'll win my wager better yet, and to show more signs of her new-built virtue. See, she brings your wives as prisoners to her persuasion. Catherine, that hat of yours is unbecoming. Throw it in the dirt.
Lord, I hope I never get persuaded to such a silly thing.
Catherine, tell these headstrong women.
Come, we'll have no telling.
I say we will, and first begin with her.
Fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and don't look so hateful. It blots your beauty as frost bites the skin, and in no sense is suitable or lovable. A hateful person is like a river troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, lacking in beauty. Your husband is one that cares for you. For your maintenance commits his body to painful labor, and craves no other tribute at your hands but love. Too little payment for so great a debt. I'm ashamed that women are so simple. To offer a Lord that he should kneel for peace. Come forward, you unable varmints. My mind has been as big as one of yours. My heart as great. My reason haply more. To offer word for word, and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. In token of which duty, if you please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come, you kiss me, Kate.